you ready, Marrron?
Yes.
Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make you all clap before Marrron enters the stage, because then Marron's an experienced Marrron. They know what they're doing. So everyone, please give it up for Marrron!
That'll be alright. Good evening.
Do you want me to make it bigger for you, Marrron?
I always want you to make it bigger.
Thank you. I'll stay right there. I'll increase its volume.
I should know by now, right? A little bit of a helping hand. Ah. Thank you. Oh, it's gone back down again. You didn't stay up for long.
Sorry, what's the problem?
We can talk about that later. Okay. Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing in the Brunswick on Monday night? Are we having a nice time? Yeah. There's been some amazing acts tonight. I've never seen the Brunswick so full. It's beautiful. I'm just very curious to understand why it's so full tonight. There is something I've forgotten. Can you guess what item of clothing? I like to accessorize. Marrron, I'm talking about myself in the third person, which is always a dangerous thing to do. But can you guess what item of clothing I might have forgotten? Anyone? Socks. Socks. I don't have socks. That's purposeful.
Cock ring?
How about that? I've got this kind of belt thing that I like to kind of put around just to preserve any dignity. But if we've met before, you know that actually for me dignity goes out the window quite quickly, which is an important thing in life. So you get to see my underwear a little bit.
Take it off.
Take it off. Well, actually, I was a little bit concerned because there was a small person here earlier on, and I thought it'd have to be the PG version, but we can go full throttle. So anything goes tonight. How's that grab you? A little bit of laughter, maybe nervous laughter. Nick, could you give us a minute's notice before the end?
I will do.
Thank you very much. So I'm quite happy to kind of stand here and reveal certain parts of myself. I find it very healing. I felt a bit of a calling for a while to do open mic, to stand up and talk without actually knowing. It's only when I don't know what I'm going to talk about until I get up on stage, and even when I get up on stage I don't often know what I'm going to talk about. So part of it is about interaction with the audience. So my name is Marrron, and it's actually got 3 R's in the name. Wow. Because why not? There's no particular. Well, the reason is because the 3 R's represents the lion. Because I feel that we've all got a lion inside us. Yeah? And part of what I want to do, my journey is about igniting the lion and this kind of passion for life. Because I think, for me, certainly, I've kind of dimmed my light for many years to try and fit in with people. But I'm done with that. So I've kind of expanded now, so I've got 3 R's. Can you make the sound of a lion now, Brunswick? Can I hear a lion? Let's keep it going. That's a bit much, actually. I got a bit scared. Again, this is why I wear dark underwear whenever I'm doing this. I don't know how it's going to go. So if we've met before, just to get an idea, if we've met before in any kind of this life or past lives or anything else, could you make the sound of a giraffe losing its snooker? Oh, okay. And if we're meeting thank you very much for that, and if we're meeting for the first time, could you make the sound of a hippopotamus failing its driving test? Fuck! That is exactly something the nature programs don't often show, isn't it? because they go out usually before the watershed. If you watch any of these nature programs, honestly, you will not believe some of the wild animals, not so much the ones in captivity, will turn the air blue with their filth. So, why I'm up here is because I'm exploring something by being up here, because I don't know how many people can relate to this here, but we can have a passion for things, and there's a lot of really amazing musicians here, feeling a bit of a calling without necessarily knowing why. And quite often in life, there's a fear, things that hold us back. And that could be anything. It could be performing, it could be asking someone out on a date, going for a promotion at work. So what I decided to do earlier this year was to try and conquer this and kind of dance with fear and understand this very human thing that we all share in some capacity. Can you relate to what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you. So this is what I'm doing. This is something that actually, when Monday comes around and Nick puts the thing out on Facebook, there's this kind of part of me which, there's these two parts. One part is like, yeah, I enjoy coming out to the Brunswick and I like dressing up. And there's other parts like, no, you could stay indoors, have a pot noodle, have a wank. Chicken and mushroom. You know what I'm saying? Beef and tomato. Who here on a Monday night enjoys first of all pot noodle? Put your hands up. Yeah, we all like pot noodles. Who doesn't enjoy having a little fiddle once in a while? If you can, I mean, you know this stuff anyway. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But it can be really, really nice to get someone else involved in that. What I'm saying is, I don't like to share pot noodles. I don't have a pot noodle to myself. But if I can find someone who's willing to touch me up in a way that I like, it can be a really, really nice thing. And as long as it's somebody, I like to kind of communicate honestly and openly in any kind of relationship and to give feedback. You know, if someone's not doing a good job, I could kind of say, could you do it a little bit faster, a little bit slower, without wanting to offend people. And hopefully, you know, there's a way of doing that. So conquering this fear, what I decided to do when I set out is not do one or two of these open mics, but to commit to doing one a week for a whole year. Ooh. And I've not kept it up. I'll share, because I really love to share. I find it very healing to be up here and to share of myself and to see. So I've got a bit of okay. Shit. There's a lot of people here. I like to kind of share that stuff, and it just feels good. It feels good to kind of keep doing it, just to keep doing it without knowing what kind of way we're heading with it. Do you want to? I've been working on the song. Do you want to hear the song? Yeah. It's quite simple. I've only got the first verse of it, but if you want to kind of join in, I hope it's not going to offend anyone. But let's just, let's go for it. Okay. So the song goes, Rockwater, 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 wankers. How about that? Can we relate to that? Yeah, so I'm going to start with a bit of a beat here. So everybody, Rockwater, 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 wankers. Rockwater, 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 wankers. Rockwater, 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 wankers. I did write to them about coming to kind of appear. So if you're watching, there are about 50,000 people here, Rockwater, and I don't mean any of this stuff. I think you really lovely establishment with really good service and everything else. So that's kind of coming from the heart there. So I might have just sort of stabbed myself in the foot, but I like the Brunswick so much anyway. It's all kind of good, really.
Marrron, this is your 1 minute warning.
Okay, thank you very much. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I've really enjoyed this interaction with what has been the biggest crowd at the Brunswick I've ever kind of been with. So thank you very much for humouring me. And just share quickly is that I don't know what I'm going to say when I come up, but if I do, if I ever kind of look down here, it's because I can kind of write notes, but my right testicle, I have to write really small because it's smaller than the left one. Or is the left one bigger? I think life is a question of perspective, and how we see things can determine our happiness. So, what I'd like to do is to finish off the act, if that's what it is. I don't even know what this is, to be quite frank, but I'm enjoying it. And I hope you are too. Unless you're from Rockwater, which is your kind of usual place, in which case I am sorry about that. But something that's happened to me kind of growing up was hearing messages about myself, about I'm not good enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not handsome enough, my right testicle isn't big enough, different things like that. And what happened for me, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but we can take these messages on ourselves and think this is who I am, and we live life like that through these limiting beliefs. So I'd like to give us a bit of a taste. We can kind of start to kick that out the window. You up for a bit of shouting? Young people are gone, so we can kind of go full Monty on this. So I would like you to repeat after me. My name is, and then you insert your name. And if you'd like to say insert your name, that's cool as well. But you say, my name is, and if you don't like it, fuck you. You up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so on the count of 3.
My
name is
David, and if you don't like it, fuck you.
One more time, louder, beautiful people of Brunswick.
My
name is
David,
and if you don't like it,
fuck you.
Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for the extra dinner already, and the ones that are coming on. Have a wonderful night. I love you with all my heart. We're all beautiful just how we are. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you, Marrron. Next up on the stage, we have the wonderful Mr.